KKLZ Morning Show. Carla, Shawn, producer Morty, and the big game.
Yes.
Only days away.
Yes, it is. And, of course, you know what? There are your straight bets, your over-under, your line, all of that stuff. But there are also those proposition bets. And we've got Vinny Magliulo, who is on from South Point Hotel, Casino, and Spa. And you are the odds maker.
Oh, man.
At the sports book there.
Well, Carla, Shawn, first of all, great to be with you. And on behalf of the South Point, we love the show. Love listening to you folks.
It means a lot.
And really appreciate you having me on. I'm one of. I have to tell you, Chris Andrews, the director out there, does, who he and I go back to the Barbary Coast, which is
wow,
now,
yeah.
I'm not sure what it's called now.
They keep changing the name.
Yeah,
it's
I know,
never been as cool as
I
Barbary Coast. My dad, back in '79, moved here and helped open the Barbary Coast.
Place was great.
Worked for Michael Gahn for 1 year. You never left, Vinny. You kept playing.
I did have a couple of stops in between. So when I did work for Michael, gave me my first job in 1978 at the Royal Inn, and I got transferred to the Barbary Coast and opened it as well. But then I had a couple of stops in between at Caesar's Palace and Wynn Las Vegas, and now back with the Gahn family and enjoying it very much. So one of the odds makers out there at the South Point. It's a great team. Everybody gets involved, and we've got 20 pages. Yes, 20 legal pages of propositions for your betting enjoyment.
Jeez.
So, Vinny, I'm assuming you have, of course, there's the length of the national anthem, the coin toss, all of that.
Well, hold on, Carla. Let me interrupt you. We did not put up the length of the national anthem, and I'll tell you why.
Good.
I'll tell you why. So when you go back to the game in Tampa back in 2021, so that prop was up, right? Now here we have a guy who's sitting out in the parking lot at Raymond James Stadium.
Yeah.
And he's listening to the rehearsal, and he's timing.
Yes, it's too easy to fix.
Fixed.
And he's calling it all in all over. So listen,
Yeah.
there's enough other stuff and statistics to go. But I'll tell you one. Here's one or a few that I think you'll enjoy with instant gratification.
Okay.
The coin toss.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
What will the opening coin toss be? Heads or tails?
Right.
And you just put up an extra 2 cents. You put up 102 or 102 to win 100.
Okay.
Which team will win the opening coin toss?
Okay.
How about will the player to call the opening coin toss call it correctly or not? Now, I got a little history for you on the coin toss.
Oh, there's been flubs.
So it's the early '90s. I want to say it was the Super Bowl between the Washington Redskins and the Buffalo Bills one year, and I get this genius idea. I'm at Caesar's Palace to put up the coin toss, right? So I put it up, and I look up, and I see who's receiving the ball, and I pay the team receiving the ball, and I don't even remember who. So anyway, I'm paying this bet. About 5 minutes later, there was a guy walks up to the counter and said, "Hey, I want to get paid, but you're saying I have a losing ticket." I said, "Yeah, well, look, you've got this team, they're receiving the ball." He goes, "Yeah, but they deferred."
Oh.
I said, wait a second. What are you talking about? It's the Super Bowl. Who the heck defers in the Super Bowl?
Wow.
Nobody defers.
Yeah.
Right? Sure enough, I rewind the tape because we always tape it not to rebroadcast, but just for such a situation. So he was right. I paid him. I paid everybody. It didn't matter.
There we go. Yeah, you win, you lose, you win.
Oh, man.
That's the best bet.
Everybody got paid, which to the delight of the accounting department.
I'm sure. But you know what, though? That's how you keep business. That's how you keep your bettors happy.
Sure.
You want to be fair to them.
Shawn, I said, listen, here's the thing. I said, listen, I paid both sides, but here was the reasoning. They bet twice as much on the halftime. So go ahead. Don't worry about it.
100%. I've always thought with the coin flip, there should be a 5,000 to 1 that the coin lands on a side, like right on the edge.
Yeah.
Shawn, so you 20 pages is not enough for you.
I think the 21st page
I know.
with the most bonkers, unlikely thing.
Luckily, with gravity, eventually that's going over. So, Vinny, what are some of the other more unusual prop bets that you guys have at South Point?
Let's see. Let's see. Well, here's one for you. Will there or won't there be a successful 2-point conversion? So now, if you think there will be, you can get 2.5 to 1 for your money. If you don't think there'll be a 2-point conversion, you're going to put up $3 to win $1. So you're laying 3 to 1 there. How about this? Two good defenses, right? Do you think there'll be a safety in the game? The no is the favorite there, believe it or not. So that's an 11 to 1 favorite. If you think there will be, you can take 7 to 1 for your money. Now, what a lot of folks do with those types of wagers, Carla, is they'll say, you know what, I'm going to take a little flyer on these. Maybe I'll put up 10 or 20 bucks and spread it out, maybe make about 5 of these different kinds of wagers. Because the greatest thing about the prop bets is you're in action the whole game.
Right.
You see?
Right.
Even if the game is a blowout and you don't have a wager or your team maybe not be winning, by covering the point spread or whatnot, you still have action on all the prop bets throughout the game. So now, speaking of a safety, I must say that you can we also have what will be the first score by each team? Well, will it be a touchdown? Will it be a safety? Will it be a field goal or not? I go back to when I do these interviews on the Super Bowl. There's always flashbacks. Bookmakers always have flashbacks.
There's always that one game they can call to. Yeah.
Oh my goodness! So I'll go back to 2014 in East Rutherford, if you recall. Seattle again. The Seahawks were in that game against the Denver Broncos, and the Broncos had the first possession of the game. You remember it was outside. There was snow all over the place. It was freezing cold. And what was the game's first score? A safety at 60 to 1. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, so you've always got to make those adjustments because if you put it up, inevitably at some point it's going to hit.
It's bound to hit.
Yeah.
Well, the overtime one. I mean, they hadn't had overtime for the first 41 years, I think, or something like that. It had been a long time since they had an overtime. No, 51 years until they finally had an overtime. Now there's been 2.
Now there have been 2, Shawn. Exactly right. And we had to adjust that price a little bit. I mean,
right. Oh my gosh.
Now, here's another thing. So now, listen, Shawn. I think I have it on good authority that you have a vested interest in this game.
I have a dog in this fight.
Literally, you got the underdog, right? You're a Patriots fan. All right, buddy. Well, listen. Here's the thing, because I know you have a tremendous amount of faith in your team. So you don't even think they should be a 5-point underdog in this game.
I like being an underdog. For what it's worth, I don't want to be expected to win. That's when you lose.
Well, let me just give you something to think about, because us bookmakers always try to, entice a little something from folks. So I'm just wondering, maybe you think that the Patriots can win the game by at least 4 to 1. So instead of putting up your 11 to win 10 and taking the 5 points, I'm not saying not to do it, but if you think the Patriots can win the game by 4 or more, maybe you want to take almost 3 to 1 on your money. So we've got what we refer to as alternate point spreads by both teams. So there's a way for you to take advantage of your firm belief in your team.
Nice.
I've been told I should bet on the Seahawks. So either way, I'm going to be happy.
Right.
If the Seahawks win, I make money. But if the Patriots win, I broke, but I won.
That's exactly very smart.
I've seen that too. In fact, I've seen here's a great one for you. There was a guy that came up to the window the other day, and we're talking about the coin toss, and he bets 10 heads, and then he proceeds to bet 10 tails.
Oh wow! See, okay. Why not?
I'm like, buddy. I said I have to ask. I'm just curious. You realize that you pay? He says, yeah. He says, I'm hosting a Super Bowl party and I'm giving these out as gifts. What a host! I want to know where that party is.
Nice.
That's
nice.
cute.
What a great idea, by the way. It really is. We don't have the lottery here. Why don't you play some proposition bets? If you're having a Super Bowl party, that would be a blast.
Now, Vinny, I'm out of curiosity, not to talk prop bets, but let's just talk about the game. Who do you got?
Well, listen, Shawn, here's the thing. On my side of the counter, it's not who we like, it's who we need. So
yes.
So It's I can tell you this. Here's what's also interesting, and really a little technical aspect from our side of the counter. We have to take into account a little bit of what were these teams a year ago when we put up the Super Bowl futures.
Yeah.
In other words, what they were. So how would you like this? Now I know, Shawn, again, I know that you're a fan, and I know that you last January 27th. You took the New England Patriots at 80-1.
No.
I'm sure you haven't taken
You should have.
God, I wish I did. I'd be out of debt.
How about that? And the Seahawks were at 50-1, and they weren't generating a lot of interest. And, of course, both of these teams, by the way, lost their first games of the season.
Yeah.
And so the Seahawks actually went to a 60-1 at one point. So we take that into account. And so what we're doing is, just trying to balance our books, obviously, right? So we opened the Seahawks as 5-point favorites. Initially, the money came in on the Patriots, went down to 4.5, and then Seahawks money came back in. It's back up to 5, and the total on the game, the over and under, opened at 46, and it's right around there. There's a little bit of what I would call more professional money on the under, so it's 45.5. But I can assure you that as we get closer to the weekend and right up until kickoff, the majority of folks will be betting the over. Folks love to root for points.
Yeah.
And there's no doubt in my mind that they'll probably bet the over in this game. And when they do that, you're rooting for both teams to score. You're not rooting for you're not chanting defense when you're betting the over.
No.
Right. I know, and I'm the only one who thinks it's not going to be a high-scoring game, but that's me.
Carla, you like the under.
I do.
Oh,
I do.
Was that you that moved us from 46 to 45?
Probably, Vinny, probably, because I'm telling you right now, this whole season, many teams, you know what? You might as well count on your kicker. I'm sorry, but, I don't know. I'm sorry if I screwed up the line.
No, not at all. Listen, I tell you what, we'll be open Monday no matter what, Carla.
There it is. There we go. Oh, man. Well, listen, whatever the case, have fun. And if you're going to bet, go over to South Point Hotel, Casino, and Spa. See Vinny. Say that Carla and Shawn sent you. It was great talking to you, my friend.
Listen, it's great to be on with you folks. Look forward to seeing you. And again, on behalf of everybody, Michael Gahn, Ryan Growney, our general manager, Chris Andrews, director, the whole set. Come and see us. We got, like I said, 20 pages of props. There are individual player props, statistical props. If you can't find something on these sheets, then you don't want to bet. So come out and have a good time. Yeah,
for sure. South Point. Vinny, we love you. Thank you so much for spending some time with us this morning. We really appreciate it. And you know what? Enjoy Monday, either paying out or holding in.
Yeah, there we go. May the odds be in your favor, sir.
All right. Carla, Shawn, take care. We'll look forward to seeing you soon.